Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for January 10th through the 16th. Now, you might stumble upon this video outside of the time frame that I mentioned. Don't you worry, you found it whenever you were meant to, whenever it was time to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind that this is a general reading for the Taurus collective. So this is going to be Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Not every single message will resonate. Take what does. Leave what doesn't. You might need to have your own private reading, but we're going to see what messages are here and what may resonate for you, for those of you watching. The first card coming up here, my darlings, is the Lover's card. Now, I know that a lot of people watch tarot videos for love and romance, and Lover's card is notoriously seen as relationships, and don't get me wrong, that can totally be happening for some of you Taurus. Some of you might have relationships at the forefront. You may be focused on relationship at this time. You may be manifesting a significant soulmate. That can very well be the case for some of you. But if you're new to this channel, in the weekly forecasts, I want to focus on you. Less on other people, less on love and romance. I don't have anything against love and romance. Once a month I do a love reading. The January love readings are linked in the description. But in the weekly forecasts, I want it to be about you, your journey, what you're going through, the messages Spirit has for you, and less about other people. To have the Lover's card coming up here as your first card right out the gate, first and foremost, it's a major arcana card. The major arcana cards are always going to come up when we're at a significant new chapter in our life, a significant transition or crossroads. The things that we're dealing with are directly connected with what we came here to experience, what we came here to master. So they're very much going to be important stages in our life. And our angels and guides are always around us when we're around these big kind of transitions. Now, the Lover's card, as I said, traditionally can be love and relationship. You might be dealing with a Gemini. There could be a significant Gemini coming into the mix for some of you. If you have a Gemini placement, there may be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or those areas of your life. The Lover's card, before it was called the Lover's card, when the tarot was first put together, the sixth major arcana card was not called the Lovers until much later. Originally, it was called the Choice, the Decision. Some decks refer to it as the Sacrifice, because the Lover's card is a card that asks us, what do you want? Even in love, what do you want? It's a choice and a decision. You may be choosing between a past love and a new love. You may be choosing between one relationship and another relationship. You may be choosing between passion and something more, I don't know, dependable or reliable. You may be having to decide what your priorities are, what your deal breakers are, and it doesn't have to be love. It can be in any aspect of your life. When the Lover's card comes up for me, a lot of the times I see it come up for people when it's a time that you're getting to know yourself better. You're getting a better idea of what you need, how you need to be treated, how you need people to step up for you, what you need to feel appreciated in every aspect of your life, right? For some people, they go to work, and as long as the pay is right, they're good, they're happy. For other people, it could be something else. They want to feel like they're advancing over time, that they're being trusted with different responsibilities. They want to be included, or they want to be spoken to a certain way. So for me, the Lover's card is you're figuring out what your needs are and how you need to have those needs met. It doesn't have to be love and relationship. And so for me, it's a time that you're figuring out your must-haves and your, like, I refuse to deal with. Okay? If you are focusing on love and romance, I'm going to tell you something that hopefully might save you a lot of heartache and a lot of time. The Lover's card in my readings sometimes comes up to say that you're manifesting what you thought was love, but as you're experiencing it, you're like, well, this is all nice, this is all great and all, but something is missing, right? So this is a time that you're figuring out what love is, or you keep putting out to the universe, I want my soulmate, I want love, I want love, I want love. That's like going into a restaurant and saying, I'm hungry, bring me food. This is a restaurant. We have a lot of different kinds of food. What do you want? I want a salad. Bring me a salad. Even with a salad, there's a million ways to make a salad. Some salads don't even have lettuce or vegetables in them. We can go on for hours listing different kinds of salads and different ways of making salads. So that doesn't narrow anything down. Now we're playing a game of, do you like this? No, I don't like this. Do you like this? No, I don't like this. And we're going in this whole discovery through trial and error. But if you can take the time to really get to know yourself, to know what you need, to know what your love language is, to know what your expectations are, to know really fully how you need to be treated in the everyday, not just in the romantic moments, but in the everyday. At 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, right? At 4 p.m. on a Saturday. Not just the romantic moments, but in the everyday life. It's going to really help you pinpoint and manifest specifically the right scenario and situation for you. The next card that's coming up here for Taurus is the Seven of Cups. And I laugh because the Seven of Cups is about choices. It's about options. It's about which one do I pick? Which one do I choose? That's right in alignment with what we were just talking about here with the Lover's card, the 6th major arcana. What do you want? You're going to have options coming up ahead, Taurus. Whatever it is you're focusing on. Whether you're focusing on career, whether you're focusing on relocation, whether you're focusing on your love life, you're going to have some choices and decisions that you're going to have to be making here. And you're going to have to choose based on what's important to you. And so a lot of you are going to have to take some time to figure that out. If you're feeling stuck, and if you're like, man, I really don't want to make the wrong choice, I really don't want to make the wrong decision, write down a list of the possibilities. Write down a list of the choices or the different doors that you're considering walking through. And one by one, imagine yourself having made that choice and living that life. And pay attention to how you feel as you're visualizing it. Once you have a good idea of which ones made you the happiest, write that down. Now you have a shorter list, or you have an idea of which appeals to you more. Then do the research. What steps do I need to take to make this happen? Do I need to purchase some kind of equipment? Do I need to go back to school? Am I going to need some kind of certification? Am I going to have to move? Is it going to cost money? How might I come up with that money? What are the steps I need to take to get there? Once you have that figured out, now you have like a 5-year plan, some of you, because it's very clear which one you can do now and which one you're going to work your way up to over time. Okay, it's going to become very clear for you which ones you can start now and which ones are going to be the long-term goals. That, okay, I'm going to get there, but I need to take a few steps before I'm ready for that. Or before I've lined my ducks up in a row to where I can go in that direction. But at least you're not standing still. And that's the best part. At least you feel movement. At least you feel progress. At least you're headed in that direction. Sometimes we get stuck because we don't know what steps to take. We believe in ourselves. We know that we deserve it. We know that we're worthy, right? It's not a matter of not loving ourselves. We love ourselves. We know we're capable. We know we deserve it. We just don't know what steps to take. But that exercise I just mentioned can help a lot of people get unstuck. The next card that's coming up here for Taurus is the Ace of Pentacles. I'm very happy to see this. Very, very happy to see this for Taurus. Now, first and foremost, right, traditionally speaking, this is overall a positive card because it's indicating new energy coming in, option, a new offer, an upgrade of some kind. Because it's a pentacle card, we oftentimes are going to associate this with money because money is a physical measure of time spent, right? You go to your job, you give your boss 40 hours of your time, and your boss says, okay, this is how many dollars, or whatever the currency is where you live, this is how many dollars that time is being measured by. Like we're making an exchange. You're giving me your time, and I'm giving you this currency. So we oftentimes will associate time or energy cards with money, right? Because pentacles here are energy. So for a lot of you, this is going to be a financial option or financial opportunity. You may have several coming in at once, or you may be trying to figure out which ones you want to focus on. Do I want to make a career change? Do I want to start a business? Do I want to look into investing? Do I want to simplify my life and minimize, be a little bit more minimalistic, and maybe go somewhere where the cost of living isn't as high, right? You might be juggling these options or weighing these decisions. You might be looking at your finances very closely, especially as we're coming into an economy that's going to go through massive changes in 2022. We're going through massive changes economically, worldwide, not just in the United States, but worldwide. And so you might be seeing that, and you might be thinking, what are some ways that I can establish security and know that I'm going to be okay, though things might change, right? A lot of people were in the restaurant industry or the hospitality industry, and we know how much a lot of these people got hit really hard with a lot of the changes we've been through. So you might be one of those people where you're like, what can I do that's going to be kind of foolproof for me, where I'm never going to have to find myself in this situation again, or I'm not going to, find myself, on the ropes, so to speak. So some of you might be looking at making changes to that extent. Some of you may have offers coming in, a new job, a promotion. Now, the reason why the Ace of Pentacles makes me super happy, I'm always like, yes, when I see it come up. Over the years reading for people, one of the things I've realized, my guides will bring up the Ace of Pentacles when the person that I'm reading for is going through a massive evolution, a massive shift, where you're breaking out of what some people like to refer to as generational curses, okay? And so you might have inherited some attachments or lower vibrational frequencies. You may have picked up some dysfunctional patterns or behaviors through your childhood just by watching the adults around you. You may have absorbed some patterns or behaviors. All of that stuff, you're busting out of it when I see the Ace of Pentacles. You're coming out of it. You're breaking out of it. So you might even feel like you have this new lease on life. You might be feeling very renewed. Your eyes might be opening up at seeing a lot of possibility, a lot of potential, a lot of optimism. You might be feeling lighter or less weighed down. However, I will say this. When you are going through this kind of a shift, Do not be surprised if you experience a period of time in which you feel absolutely exhausted. You might be feeling like, man, I just can't seem to get enough sleep. You may be taking extra naps. You may be having to take things really easy. If you are somebody who works out, you might kind of feel like it's not taking as much effort to get your heart rate up, or you might feel like you're tiring out more quickly. You may be experiencing a little bit of fatigue. Now, it's always a good idea to check and make sure that you're getting enough nutrients, that there isn't something else that might be the matter. But a lot of the times when we're going through this kind of energetic shift, there's gonna be a big change. There's gonna be some physical tiredness, and so just go easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself. I know for me personally, when I'm clearing, or I'm clearing blocks or inherited stuff, I'll get a lot of nasal stuff in my throat, in my nose. So maybe some of you might have physical clearing like that as well. Maybe some of you might have stomach issues, or having to go to the restroom a lot. Again, just make sure it's not anything that's becoming a serious problem or doesn't feel like it requires immediate attention. But some of you are going to have these physical little symptoms along with your energetic clearing and energetic release. The Ace of Pentacles just signifies to me an upgrade in your options, right? An upgrade in every aspect of your life, right? You're coming into this time of upgrading. Now, the next card coming up for Taurus is the Five of Wands. If you are focused in terms of business, especially if you're focusing towards career advancement, or if you are a self-employed person, or you've been working on self-employment, Five of Wands is really positive, because Five of Wands tells us you are being seen as a competitor. There are going to be people who are coming for you, who are trying to prove that they're better, or push you out of the way, right? But this is because they want to be where you're standing, right? It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but sometimes it's like there's truth to this saying that if you have a lot of haters, you might be doing something right? It's sad that that's the case, but I do think as a society, as a species, as humans, we are evolving, and people are learning to be more encouraging and happier for one another. But there are still some people that they can't see, or they can't fathom that it's an abundant universe and there's enough for us all, right? And so with this Five of Wands, some of you are coming into success, and you may be dealing with, colleagues or coworkers that are trying to find ways to trip you up, or make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about, or you're not good at what you're doing, or they're catching your mistakes, or they would do it differently. Those of you who are experiencing that, I feel it's more of a mental game than anything else. I just feel like they're trying to get inside your head, but I don't really feel like they have anything with any basis. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't think that they have a valid point. I don't feel like they've caught you slipping or messing up. They just want to put it in your head that they are, and they want you to have that fear. It feels more like a mind game tactic to me. Those of you who are self-employed, don't be surprised if you see people that are stealing things from you, or that are trying to copy you, or trying to make it seem like you don't know what you're doing. Okay, this may be especially true. There's been a lot of messages coming in for Taurus who are doing spiritually based business. I think Taurus went through a really big awakening in 2021, and I think that a lot of Taurus maybe are gravitating towards some kind of spiritual work or healing work. Okay, maybe you're going into the route of psychology or things of that nature. But I feel, especially if you're doing something that you feel is connected to your life purpose, or in a way that you're wanting to help people, bringing about healing through psychology, through therapy, through life coaching, through energy healing, through tarot, through psychic readings, whatever you might be doing. I hate to say it, my darlings, but the truth of it is this. There's a lot of ego in these areas, and you think there wouldn't be, right? Because the spiritual path is supposed to be where we're not being governed by ego, but there's a lot of ego. And so if you're on the spiritual path or on this path of healing, you may be trying to establish a network of support, right? You might be wanting to reach out and network and have colleagues and have a I keep hearing the word coven. You know, maybe some of you are looking to join a coven. Quick little disclaimer here. I am not a witch. I do not practice witchcraft. I do not belong to a coven. And I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't belong to a coven. But whatever it is, I feel like some of you are trying to find some kind of like little network here that okay, these are people that they're awake and they're spiritual, and we can just kind of, you know, energize one another. But I feel in that process you're dealing with a lot of that ego, where people are coming in and they're like, well, you're not clear, you're not healed, you still have a lot wrong with you, or, you know, you're not doing it the right way. You don't have the right practice. You're not connected to spirit. You're not, you know, you're not doing it the right way. And so I feel like some of you are having people coming in and really criticizing you or putting you down or making you feel like you don't have any intuition, you don't have any gifts, you just wish you did. You're just playing games here, right? And so some of you are being met with that kind of discouragement, or, you know, you might be trying to get into psychology or whatever, and you might have people that are treating you like your degree's not good enough because they went to some Ivy League school, or they did this or they did that, and oh, you just, you know, took a couple of online classes, what do you know? I hate to say it, but there's a lot of ego when it comes to this kind of work. And when you are someone that you're coming into this with love and wanting to help people, you will prevail. You will succeed. But the support you're looking for, you're going to find in your spiritual connection. You're not going to find it in your in your connections with these people, because these people feel threatened by you. They see you as competition. You have something they could never get, right? They might have studied with all kinds of gurus. They may have been in this work for 20, 30, 40 years, but they don't have your heart. They don't have your genuineness. And that's something that you can't learn. And that's very scary to people. So just take it as encouragement in a weird way, and know and understand that along the way you will find better friends, you will find more supportive people. But when people are showing you that they're not supportive, when people are showing you that they're drilling holes in your boat, so to speak, let them go. Let them go. Some of you are looking for support and you're ending up with frenemies. You don't need that. Stay on your path and the right support will come in. You will find like-minded people. You will find soul tribe. But right now is not it, Taurus. For a lot of you, right now is not it. But it's a good thing, because you're coming up. You're making progress. You're making a name for yourself. Now, you may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos if this is neither for you. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign video might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. If you want to check out the love readings for January, those are linked in the description. The 2022 12-month forecasts are also linked in the description. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week ahead. Happy New Year, my dears. Take care, Taurus.